Do what must be done. Do not hesitate. Show no mercy.
Hello there, this is Darth Melvin, leader of the Knights of Melvin. The Acolyte has been canceled. There will be no season 2, and the Disney shills are whining and crying. They are having Star Wars meltdowns, and it is glorious. And for this video, I wanted to point out that there are some shills, some major shills and some up-and-coming shills that are turning on Lucasfilm over the cancellation of the Acolyte. Here we have Molly Damon, who is one half of Star Wars Sexplained. The worst part about hearing the Acolyte is canceled is this will absolutely impact my ability to enjoy any more new projects for Star Wars. I feel like everything I went through while the show was on was for nothing. I don't enjoy being depressed and cynical about this fandom. I'm surprised Alex Damon of Star Wars Sexplained didn't have a heart attack when he saw Molly Damon tweet this out, because they are Disney's top shills for their fake Star Wars. And you have Molly Damon, who is so upset she has publicly turned on Disney Star Wars with this derogatory tweet. That takes us to fake news Kyle Katarn, who was invited to Lucasfilm recently for the Bohemian Grove sex parties involving the Grogu doll. Fake news Kyle Katarn said, "We are one day closer to #skeleton crew, unless they cancel that too." So fake news Kyle Katarn, who is bought and paid for, sucks Dave Filoni's cock. He is now turning on Lucasfilm and making a joke that they might cancel the Skeleton Crew. And then Lizzie tweets something, okay, but it's not even just canceling it, it's that they didn't have to announce it was canceled. They could have left it in limbo like basically everything else, so canceling it sends a message. We all get that, right? Right? And fake news Kyle Katarn, barely a month after the finale is crazy fast. It's definitely a message. What message is that? And fake news Kyle Katarn did elaborate on that, but he deleted the post. But thankfully, I covered it in a live stream, which I suspect fake news Kyle Katarn was lurking because he did win Shill of the Week. And then replying to Molly Damon, his love interest. What exactly was the point of everything we as creators had to put up with? The constant cyberbullying from chuds and incels, and for what this guy got catfished. Catfish by Ash Rendar, he's calling people incels. Catfish Katarn. Disney just sent them the message that if their tantrums are loud enough, they'll just cave. The chuds and incels, the white-wing grifters, they are ripping apart the show, so we're just gonna cave to that. No, they looked at the numbers, you fucking idiot. They don't give a fuck what we're doing on Twitter. They spent $180 million on this show. They look at the subscriptions, they look at the watch time, and they made a business decision that this show sucks ass. But they can't accept that. They can't accept that the show broke canon. They can't accept that Leslie Headland doesn't know Star Wars. They have to blame someone else. That takes us to lesser known Disney shills that aren't invited to Lucasfilm but would love to get that invite, but they are followed by the official Star Wars account and have received gift baskets from Star Wars. Struggling with my morals today. How can I continue to support Star Wars while also advocating for a more inclusive fandom that is welcoming to all? Because it really feels like Lucasfilm doesn't care about the diverse stories it could be telling, and it hurts so much. I need to hear it from Star Wars themselves, and they need to explain why they're canceling the only show with a predominantly non-white queer cast that had incredible viewership from audiences that would never have tuned into Star Wars previously. Our anger has nothing to do with the people who didn't enjoy The Acolyte. You know what we're angry about, and if you can't see it, you aren't paying attention. The Disney shills are coping and coping hard. They cannot accept the reality of the situation. This show cost $180 million to make, and it sucked ass. No one watched it. There are numbers that prove that people didn't watch it, but they don't care. They're blaming the grifters. They're blaming the chuds. They're saying that people review bombed it. They are not accepting reality and are blaming Lucasfilm for caving to people like me, to caving to the chuds, caving to all the negativity, the bigotry. It is insane. It is delusional. I don't want to hear a word about viewership when the Book of Boba Fett has never been formally canceled. Taking another shot at Disney and how they do things, where they canceled the Acolyte, but they didn't say anything about the Book of Boba Fett. And that takes us to Jacob, who is followed by the official Star Wars account, but has not received gift baskets yet, but really is working hard to receive gift baskets, and he's on pace to win 2024 Shill of the Year. He has turned on Lucasfilm, has turned on Disney Star Wars. This news about the Acolyte is honestly just indicative of a much larger problem with streaming platforms and the giant corporations that own them in general. No show has a 100% chance of survival anymore. The pilot episode no longer really exists. Any show, no matter of ratings or reviews, is subject to be canceled at any point and either ripped off of the platform entirely, making it legally inaccessible to watch/purchase, or buried under more content. It's shameful, harmful, and most of all, greedy. Jacob wants nothing more than to get invited to Lucasfilm for the Bohemian Grove sex parties that include the Grogu doll. And he is calling Disney greedy, teasing 2 tie-in books and giving Manny his own panel at D23 only to make a complete 180 and cancel the show is as outright baffling of a decision as it is also extremely scummy in hindsight. Whether you love the series or not, there's no denying that the cast and crew of The Acolyte deserves so much better than this. Taking more shots at Disney. Other people have already said it, but seriously, one of the most frustrating things about this Acolyte cancellation news is that they dropped it on Manny's birthday of all days. He was given his own D23 panel and hyped up to believe the series would continue. So scummy, man. So scummy. And, I don't think you're going to be getting your gift baskets anytime soon. I don't think you're going to be invited to the premieres when you're acting like this, when you're tweeting out stuff like that. And then that takes us to Rise Blue Sun, who is a no-name, but he is trying hard to get followed by the Swagman, the official Star Wars account. He has been obsessed, changed his name, future friend of Swagman, and has been spamming #RenewTheAcolyte for weeks now. Where are you, Swagman? Hey, Swagman, I've been dealing with quite a bit of hate for my opinions on Star Wars and my support for The Acolyte. It'd be cool if you could cheer me up and make our friendship official. This guy wants to get pounded by the Swagman, wants to get bent over and fucked. So the news breaks and Rise Blue Sun turned. Just got home from work and I've come back to see #TheAcolyte has been canceled. Wow, at Star Wars, you have some explaining to do. Why let the bad guys win? Disappointed am I. Rise Blue Sun, who has been gargling the Swagman's balls, begging for a facial and a follow. I hope Lucasfilm and or Disney realize they're further alienated an already alienated group of fans. And for what? To appease the group that trashes everything you put out? So again, not acknowledging that the show cost $180 million to make and no one watched it. They're claiming that Disney is pandering to the grifters, pandering to the chuds, pandering to the real fans of Star Wars who saw that this show sucked ass. So with all the call-outs, Molly Damon, fake news Kyle Katarn, Sawyerism, Jacob, and Rise Blue Sun, are they done officially with Disney Star Wars, or are they just venting? Are they going to get back on the Swagman D? Well, you see here from Rise Blue Sun, hey Swagman, I notice you've been quiet since the news broke yesterday. Just letting you know, we all know this isn't your fault. We all appreciate you engaging with us and sending care packages during the Acolyte's run. Hope to hear from you soon. At Star Wars, #save the Acolyte. Well, this answers your question. Despite these Disney shills calling out Star Wars, they will be back. They will be back for the Skeleton Crew, begging for the gift baskets, acting like nothing ever happened here, acting like they did not publicly call out Star Wars. And I hope this video gets some eyes on it. I hope it gets to the executives over at Lucasfilm, and so maybe they can knock these shills off the list here. You can't trust these people to keep their fucking mouths shut. You really can't. And definitely should not be inviting this guy to the Grogu sex parties at Lucasfilm. So let me know what you think in the comments about these Disney shills turning on Lucasfilm, turning on Disney Star Wars, because they made a business decision, a reasonable business decision, to not continue with this show, making up a whole bunch of nonsense, blaming them for the world's problems, blaming them for their fictional pronoun bullshit. These people are sick, they're deranged, they are hypocritical, and I'm going to do everything possible to stop them. Join me, join the Knights in our movement to #Avenge Star Wars.
At last we will reveal ourselves to the Shills. At last we will have revenge.
Damn well sure we'll avenge it.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.